Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mutiara Putri with name 2103050007 as the moderator from my group. In this video, we are going to talk about some challenges that we have while learning advanced grammar material, and after that, each of us will explain the material that our friends do not understand. Before that, let me introduce my members first. There are me, Mutiara Putri as the moderator, and my friends.
My name is Rachmawati Tokan, and my student number is 21030500025. So the first one is I want to tell about my struggle to learn advanced grammar course from the meeting 2 till meeting 7. So my struggle is in the material about future time and specific point in future continuous. The problem is I've got confused about that material and I need more explanation and more example about that material.
Hello, my name is Erika Yustina Mamul with my student number is 2103050042. And my struggle when studying grammar is present perfect, future perfect.
My name is Fina Elwi with student ID 2103050052. So before I go to the material, I share my struggle when I study advanced grammar in class. That it's inversion after so or such with that, and the solution of my struggle will discuss with my friend Rachmawati Tokan, and the material video I made to discuss my friend's struggle, Senta Rejoice, struggle on inversion after negative adverbials.
My name is Violeta Xinji Manalu with my student number 21030500059. So before go to material, let me share my struggle when study advanced grammar class that is on inversion explanations, and the solution of my struggle will discuss with my friends Mutiara Putri, and the material video I made to discuss my friend's struggles, Mutiara Putri struggles on future time expressions, hardly, barely, scarcely, no sooner, and then only after.
My name is Senta Siburian. I'm from K1, and now I want to share and to tell you about my struggle when I'm learning advanced grammar. So far, when I'm learning grammar, I have challenge and hardship until now I still didn't understand about inversion, specifically in inversion future time. I always get struggle when I want to try to construct the sentence using inversion future time, and honestly, I don't know the concept of inversion in future time. So, to all of my friends and to all of my members group, I really need your help to help me, and hopefully, your solution and your explanation about inversion future time can make me deal with my struggle. So that's all from me. Thank you.
For me, I still hard in understanding the time expression in inversion. For example, if the sentence has a double education, so how do we can construct that sentence? First, will be explained by Rachmawati. Time is yours.
Thank you, moderator. So it's me, Rachmawati Tokan, and I will explain about the struggle faced by Fina Elwi. The struggle faced by Fina Elwi is about inversion after so, such, with, that. Inversion after so, such, with, that. The first point is this occurs with so, an adjective when the main verb is be. Be like is, are, were, was, am, and etc. It is used for emphasis and is more common than the example with such. So is followed by an adjective or adverb to express a certain quality or degree, and that introduces the subordinate clause, and the rest of the sentence follows. So remember that inversion with so followed by that is a structure used for emphasis and to create a more dramatic or emphatic effect in a sentence. So let's see the example. The first example is inversion sentence. The sentence is, so amazing was the movie that I watched it twice. And the normal sentence that we always use in daily activity, like the movie was so amazing and I watched it twice. So there is a difference between the first sentence and the second sentence. The difference is so amazing, and the movie places are inverted. And the first sentences is so amazing was the movie, was watch it twice, is the inversion of the emphasis of the sentence. So next to the next example, so smart are the students that they all pass the exam. And the original sentence is the students are so smart, so they all pass the exam. So the first sentence is the inversion sentence, that so smart in the position is in the beginning of the sentence. So we can know the difference between the inversion sentence and the original sentence here. And next is such used with be means so much or so great. Inversion with such and with that means emphasizing that something is so much or so great in terms of degree of or extent. It's a way of placing emphasis on the extent or intensity of a quality of characteristic. So let's see the example. The inversion sentence is, such a fast runner was he that he won the race easily. Let's see the difference with this sentence. He was such a fast runner that he won the race easily. So the inversion sentence is in the emphasis of the context. Next example, such a talented singer is she that the audience was left in awe. And the original sentence is, she is such a talented singer that the audience was left in awe. So guys, this construction is used to highlight the magnitude of significance of something, often by reversing the typical word order for emphasis. So that's all from me. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back to the moderator.
Alright, thank you, Rachmawati. Next will be explained by Erika using Mamul. To Erika, time is yours.
Thank you, moderator. I will explain Rachmawati Tokan problems about future time continuous. So, present continuous describes fixed arrangement, especially social and travel arrangements. The time reference is usually included. Note the strong similarity to the going to the future. I'm having an English class next week, and I'm going to have an English class next week. Are communicating the same message. And present continuous, it can be used to describe an event which will be happening at future point. For instance, Anton will be running in a marathon race this Sunday morning. And it can also describe events which are going to happen anyway, rather than events which we choose to make happen. Or something that must happen unexpectedly. For instance, I will not be able to go with you as I will be working overtime during the week. Present continuous, in some contexts future continuous, also sounds more polite than will. For instance, will Senta and Rahma be watching the football match this evening? And the last, present future continuous, it can also be used to refer to fixed arrangements and plans. For instance, Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour film, will be going live at Cinema Tanjung Pinang this November. Or it means explaining an activity that will definitely be carried out. Alright, that's all from me. Back to moderator.
Thank you, Erika. Next will be explained by Violeta Manalu. To Violeta, time is yours.
Okay, I will explain Mutiara problems and challenge about future time, time expressions, hardly, barely, scarcely, and no sooner. Okay, before that, I will explain what is the time expressions. Time expressions are words or phrases that indicate our timing or durations of an action, event, or situation. They help convey when something's happen or how often it occurs. Time expressions are crucial in language to provide context and clarity about several aspects of a statement. These expressions can be wordly, categorized into various types, and these types is hardly, barely, scarcely, and no sooner. These revert to an event which quickly follow another in the past. They are usually used with the past perfect, although no sooner can be followed by past simple. Note the words used in the contrasting clause. So, for instance, the first is hardly had Duran left the situations where there was an explosion. So hardly is a time expression and had is past perfect. Hardly and had is past perfect use time expression hardly, and as can you see was is past simple use the time expression. So the sentence will be is hardly had the train left the situations where there was an explosion. The next explanation is scarcely had I entered the room when the phone rang. Scarcely is a time expression, had is past perfect, and I enter is past simple. So time expression with the scarcely and use the past perfect and past simple is scarcely had I entered the room when the phone rang. And more explanation for me is she had barely closed her eyes when the alarm went off. Had is a past perfect and barely is time expressions. The past simple is close. So had barely close is time expressions with the past perfect and past simple. So the sentence will be she had barely closed her eyes when the alarm went off. And don't forget to construct this sentence. Should use hardly, barely, scarcely, and no sooner. Okay, the next is after only. Here only combines with other time expression and is usually used with past simple. So the word only is often used in time expression to convey all limitations or restrictions. Only after specific that a certain event will happen or make sense only after another with occurs. So let's see the example. For instance, only after posting the letter did I remember that I had forgotten to put on a stamp. As you can see, only after put in sentence, only after, and the use of past simple. Past simple is did I remember I had forgotten. So for more instance, I will be able to relax only after I finish this project. With the past simple after, only after. So other example are only if or when, only then, and only later. Okay, that's all from me, and I hope Mutiara understand about my explanations, time expressions, and then keep going to study English grammar. And thank you.
Thank you, Violeta. Next will be explained by Fina Elwi. So Fina Elwi, time is yours.
Thank you, moderator. I will explain Senta problem about inversion after negative adverbials. So I will start from tell you when we use negative adverbial. So in formal and rhetorical language in particular, we use negative adverbial at the beginning of clause. The subject and verb are important. In this video, I will explain 3 material. I start with this first material. Note the when only refers that stage of being the only one. There is no inversion following it. For instance, Santa had to stay wake up on Sunday. Only in this way was she able to complete the internship file application by the deadline. The meaning is, Senta harus tetap bergadang di hari Minggu. Hanya dengan cara ini, dia bisa menyelesaikan berkas lamaran sebelum tenggang waktu. So I will explain the grammar in the sentence. Senta had to stay awake on Sunday. This is simple past tense statement. And only in this way is negative adverbials. Was is verb, and she is subject. And able to complete this is inversion of typical word order. The internship file application is the subject of the sentence. By the deadline is the first specific the time. Second material is first containing no or not. This include order, certain tenses, on the account, at no time, in the way, on condition, not until, not only, blah blah blah, but also. So for instance, not until she bought a Bengal fish did she realize that he been given a wrong chance. The meaning, baru setelah ia membeli seekor Bengal, ia menyadari bahwa dia salah memberikan kembalian. Dia laki-laki salah memberikan kembalian. So the grammar in the sentence is not until is negative adverbials, she is subject, bought is verb, Bengal fish is object, and did she realize is the meaning sentence that use inversion, and that he had been given the wrong chance is the clause. So the last material is little. Little has also negative restrictive meaning in this sense. For instance, little does the Israel government consider what will happen to children in Palestine. The meaning is, pemerintah Israel tidak memikirkan apa yang akan terjadi pada anak-anak di Palestina. So the grammar in the sentence is little does is negative adverbial. The Israel government is the subject, and consider this is verb in the sentence. And what will happen to children in Palestina? This is subordinative clause that provide more information about what the government consider. After I explain this material, I will give solution for Senta. If you need to understand this material, you have to know what is negative adverbial, and you need to more practice a lot to make sentence and read a lot about this material. So that's all for me. Back to the moderator.
Next will be explained by Senta Siburian. So Senta, time is yours.
Thank you, moderator. Hi guys, with me again, Senta Joyce. So now I'm going to explain and discuss more about present perfect, future perfect. So yeah, you all know that present perfect, future perfect is Erika's struggle in learning advanced grammar. He said that he still don't know the concept of present perfect, future perfect, and how to construct the sentence using present perfect, future perfect. So now let me explain about this one. Okay, present perfect, future perfect. This has both simple and continuous form and refers to time which we look back at from a future point. Some verbs, especially sit, lie, wait, and stay, prefer the continuous form. There are maybe contrasts between completion and incompletion, especially if the number of items completed is mentioned. And yeah, I already have the example of present perfect, future perfect. First sentence is completed emphasis on achievement. So the sentence is, she has written 4 chapters of her novel this week. And for incomplete or reasonably complete emphasis on duration, the sentence is, she has been writing of her novel this week. Okay, the difference between the two sentences in the aspects, which is conveys a different sense of the action in terms of continuity and completion. The first sentence, he has written 4 chapters of her novel this week. Has written here is to highlight the specific result or completion of a work, and 4 chapter, it implies that the action of writing has reached a quantifiable state. It means that she already completing 4 chapters this week and within the time frame of this week. And also the sentence is to emphasize on the achievement or the measurable progress within the period. And the second sentence, she has been writing her novel this week. Has been writing here is to emphasize the ongoing or continuous nature of the action. It implies that the process of writing the novel started in the past and still continue up to now or up to the present time within the time frame of this week. In the sentence, the focus is on the activity itself rather than specific quantifiable progress. And the first sentence emphasizes the ongoing nature of writing process throughout this week, while the second sentence highlights the specific accomplishment of having complete 4 chapters within the same period. And I also have another example of present perfect future perfect. The second example for completed emphasis on achievement is I've cooked 2 meals for dinner this afternoon. And the second sentence, I've been cooking meal for dinner this afternoon. As you can see here, both sentences are related to cooking meals, but have some differences in their construction and implication. First sentence, I cooked 2 meals for dinner this afternoon. This sentence is to express an action that was completed in the present past or this afternoon. It specifically states the number of meals, cooked 2 meals, and highlight to the complete of the action. And for the second sentence, I've been cooking a meal for dinner this afternoon. This sentence uses the present perfect continuous tense. I've been cooking is to suggest an ongoing action that start in the past or start this afternoon and might still be in progress or has recently been completed. And it doesn't specify the number of meals cooked, but emphasize the continuous nature of the cooking activity. So the first sentence indicates the completion of 2 meals for dinner this week, this afternoon, while the second sentence is to suggest an ongoing or recently finished activity of cooking a meal for dinner without specifying the number of cook. So for the conclusion, this whole example help us to identify the meaning and help us to know all these sentence in aspect use. Like for this example, it's focused on the quantifiable, and also the sentence is the complete action in the past. And for this one, incomplete or recently emphasis on the duration, the sentence talks about the action already do in the past and up to now, maybe still done yet, and maybe still and maybe already done, but the focus on the sentence is on duration, not the achievement or quantifiable. So that's all from me. Hopefully from my explanation can help Erika to understand more about present perfect, future perfect. Thank you, and back to the moderator.
And the last material will be explained by me. Right? I will explain the material Violeta's problem or challenge about inversion. So, inversion. The term inversion covers 2 different grammatical operations. First, using a question form of the main verb, which means that placing the auxiliary verb before the subject and the main verb after the subject. This structure is used to form a question or to express surprise, disbelief, or a request for confirmation. For examples, the first example, in the normal sentence, Muti is coming to the event in Nur Ilahi Mosque. But if we invert this sentence, it becomes is Muti coming to the event Nur Ilahi Mosque. So based on this sentence, we can see that Muti is subject and is the auxiliary verb, coming is the main verb. This is a normal sentence. But if we see in interpreted sentence, becomes that is auxiliary verb, we put the first sentence and then Muti is the subject after the auxiliary verb and coming after the subject. This is the example of using a question form of the main verb. And the second sentence, the normal sentence is, we submitted a link to YouTube for the English for Hotel course 2 days ago. So becomes inverted sentence. Did they submit a link to YouTube for the English for Hotel course 2 days ago? So we is a subject, submitted is the main verb. And if we have to change inverted sentence, it becomes did, because this is the past tense. So we have used to did in the question form. So we put did before did. So the conclusion of this part is using a question form of the main verb means that we put the auxiliary verb before the subject and the main verb after the subject. And using a question form of the main verb in inversion, we can call yes/no question. And the second operation, changing the normal positions of the verb and subject, which means that the main verb before the subject and inverting the sentence order. The structure is used for emphasis to create a more formal or poetic effect, or to introduce a contrast or challenge to conventional thinking. For example, the first example, in the normal sentence, Muti has never eaten beef. But in inverted sentence, never has Muti eaten beef. Based on this example, we can see that if the sentence has adverb of time, so we put adverb of time first, and then we put the auxiliary verb after adverb of time, and then the subject after the auxiliary verb. So we can see in this example, never adverb of time, and then has is the auxiliary verb, Muti is a subject, and eaten is the main verb. So if we have to invert sentence from the normal to inversion, first we put adverb of time if there is a sentence. The second has or the auxiliary verb, and then the third is we put subject, and the fourth we put the main verb. The second example, normal sentence, she will finish the project tomorrow. So becomes inverted sentence, tomorrow will she finish the project. So we put adverb of time first, and then the auxiliary verb is will in the sentence, and after the auxiliary verb we put she or subject, and then the fourth we put finish as the main verb. So the next example, normal sentence, my brother rarely goes to bed before midnight. It becomes an inverted sentence, rarely does my brother go to bed before midnight. So we can see that if we have to inverted sentence, we put first is adverb of time, such as rarely, and then the auxiliary verb does, and my brother is subject, and go to bed the main verb, go to main verb. So in this session, changing the normal positions of the verb and subjects, we can conclude that if we have to invert some sentences in English, first we put adverb of time, and then the auxiliary verb and subject, and that was is the main verb. So that's all from me. Thank you. Right, so based on the problem and the material that we have explained before, solutions for our problem are that we have to know the context in which each tense is used from a sentence, and the layout of each subject and verb based on the tenses used. For inversion, we have to know how to invert subjects and verbs correctly. In daily life, there are so many activities that we can improve our English grammar. If we have practiced a lot, the materials that have been taught, we can understand well and can improve our English skill. So that's all from our group. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.